In this video, we are going to talk about the difference between the technical team and the functional team in SAP. The job of the functional team is to work with the business users to understand the business process and map that into SAP, whether it's sales and distribution, finance, HR, purchasing, or materials management. Now, the functional team's job is to engage with people from different business processes to understand the process flow and to bring the knowledge of SAP to map the business process of the customer to what's in SAP. Now, sometimes there's going to be limitations, and the functional team member will say, okay, well, this is how you do your finance, or this is how you do your purchasing, but this feature is not available in SAP. So you either have to change the business process to adapt to what's in SAP or do some type of customization. Now, SAP will have the best in industry standards. The process flow is based on industry standards. And if this one particular customer has a unique way of doing purchasing, a unique way of doing the financial transactions, a unique way of doing inventory management, materials management, and that process is not supported in SAP, the functional team will usually recommend them to adapt to what SAP has to offer or look into making customizations to the SAP system to accommodate the unique business process or even certain steps in that business process. So when SAP is installed by the SAP basis team, there's two different things that happen. One is called configuration, and the other one is called customization. So configuration is when you go inside this transaction code called SPRO, and you go configure the system. So the functional team, after they understand the business processes of the customer, they'll go set up the GL accounts. They'll go set up the material types. They'll go set up the vendor accounts. They'll go set up the number ranges. So there's a lot of things that get configured, and the functional team will do all that. So they'll understand the business processes. They'll write configuration design documents, and then they go in and start configuring the SAP system. Now, what the technical team does is called customization. So customization is also called RICEF, which is reports, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, and forms. So writing custom reports. So the functional team will see what the standard SAP reports look like, and they'll say, okay, we need to customize these reports to serve the customer, to meet the needs of the customer. So they'll write a customization design document. They hand it over to the technical team. Then the technical team will take that design and convert that into a technical design. And then they'll write the ABAP code to achieve the results. And then they'll do testing. They'll hand it back to the functional team. And then the functional team will do more testing. And then they'll push it out and it goes live. So there's reports, there's interfaces, which is interfaces to third-party SAP systems. You set up an interface from SAP through a middleware to a third-party SAP system, and that's usually done using ABAP. There's conversions, which is converting data from a legacy system to an SAP system. You extract the data, you transform it, and then you convert it. There's enhancements to the standard SAP code, which is if you want to add a new field on the screen, you want to add a new tab, you want to make changes to the screen flow, all that is done using customization. It's called enhancements. And then there's forms, which is in the past they used to be called SAP scripts, now or smart forms, which is basically a form that's a custom form that's set up. And the users can go type in data, and when they save it, the data will go save into the SAP tables. So the functional team and the technical team work together to implement SAP, and they both have to come together to make the SAP system go live and support the system in the future. So there you have it, the differences between the technical team and the functional team in SAP.